Hello, hello. Welcome to my new account. Thank you so much for following over to my new account. I will be doing an IG Live next week to give you a little bit more detail about why I ultimately decided to create a new account. But today I just wanted to share with you a little bit about all of the exciting things that we've been learning in Money Vibes this week. My primary focus this week has been teaching this 5-day course about the energy and frequency of money. We've been meeting every single day at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Today was day 4. You get access to all the recordings. You can still sign up. You can still get it. You get lifetime access to all the training recordings. Link is in my bio to get it if you want it. And so my mind has been completely focused on this course and teaching it. And it's been really, really interesting. And I guarantee you the people who came in to learn about this course, they didn't think that they were going to learn the things that they are learning, right? Because I think when it comes to money mindset and healing our relationship with money and tapping into the energy and frequency of money, we just think about all the doing. We think about we have to, rewrite our limiting beliefs, and we have to recite our affirmations and do this and do this and do this. But we don't think about the actual science behind it, the science that goes, the neuroscience, how our brain operates when we're starting change, when we need to let go of old beliefs and learn new ones, right? When we need to break those neurons that fire together, wire together, right? When we need to break those charges and we need to rewire our brains. We don't think about that. We also don't think about the fact that we as human beings, there's science behind we as human beings are energetic and magnetic beings, and there is science behind that backs it all up. There is biology, there is biophysics that backs it all up, right? There's physiology, there's all this stuff that backs it up, and that's what people are learning in Money Vibes. And just to give you a little bit of a summary, some of the highlights is, number one, it's about what everyone is learning in Money Vibes, and what you will learn in Money Vibes if you sign up and you get it, is that you will learn that it's not about all the doing and all that. It's about you need to change your inner world before you can change your outer world. So we live in 4 different worlds. We have the physical world, and then we have our mental, emotional, and spiritual world. And our physical world is a printout of the mental, emotional, and spiritual world. And if we don't work on that, then we won't be able to manifest what we want in our physical world. So we have to work on the inner world first. We have to work on the inner workings of all of that. We have to work on the change, right? And the science of change, right? How the brain takes play in that, right? So in your brain, you have 3 different brains. You have your thinking brain, your neocortex, which is the gray matter. You have your limbic brain, which is your emotional feeling brain, and then you have the cerebellum, which is you're responsible for your subconscious, right? That's when we do things from muscle memory and things like that. And so yesterday I taught about the 3 different brains, and that comes into, when it comes to money mindset, there's be, do, have, but a lot of people have trouble with the being. So I taught the 3 different brains and how they take a part in the be, do, have, and how you can actually go from being to having without have to do the doing in the middle, right? And the 3 brains is about like thinking, being, doing, being. So people in the course, students learned to go from thinking to being. And you're already doing that thinking to being when you're bringing up past memories and emotions are attached to them, and then you're letting your body relive that experience from the past and the present as if it's happening in the present. You're already doing that. And then you're actually already probably doing it for future events. Like if you're hungry and you're thinking about what you're going to have for dinner. And then when you start thinking about that, you start salivating, your digestive juices start flowing, you start getting hungry for that thing. That's you physically anticipating a future event. You've already gone from the thinking to the being without the doing. You haven't eaten, the doing is eating the food. You haven't done that. Your body thinks that it's experiencing that future event in the present. So they learn how to do that with other things that they want to bring into their lives. And that, you know, we think about, like, if you're going to have a hard conversation, maybe you get all amped up about replaying that hard conversation in your mind, and right, but hard conversation you're going to have in the future, and you're replaying that hard conversation in your mind, or rehearsing it out loud, or whatever. You start to have those emotions that you're going to have during that future event. So you're already doing that. So how can we do that with the things that we want to attract in our lives, like the money that we want, or the things that we want to manifest in our life? And so that's what everyone in Money Vibes learned how to do yesterday, and how to use meditation to help you to do that. And meditation and accessing the subconscious through meditation on a daily basis is a huge part of this process. And it's a huge part about what I'm teaching here in the Money Vibes course. And back to rewiring your brain, right? So when you have a memory, it has an emotional charge. The only reason why it's a memory, and a strong memory, is that there's an emotion that was tied to the event that happened, and that's why it's such a strong memory. And then when that happens, a belief forms, right? So the event happens, you have a thought, you have an emotional charge to that, it makes the memory, and then you form a belief from that. So they're learning in Money Vibes, and I'm teaching how we need to finish processing that emotion, break that emotion away from that memory, so that we look back on that memory as wisdom, right? As we don't have an emotional charge to that memory anymore. We're just looking back on it as wisdom, and we're integrating it as part of our journey. Our money wounds are part of our money wisdom, right? So integrating that as part of our journey and building our money wisdom, and learning how to break free of that, and the science behind how that all goes down, between how the three different brains work, how you use meditation to support that. And then now it's also about raising our energetic vibe. So what students in Money Vibes are learning is that there have been actual scientific studies done that have measured how our organs emit light, right? We have heart coherence, where our heart emits, if we have heart coherence, our heart emits an electromagnetic field that can affect another human being in another location. And that we actually have a light field around our bodies that was actually measured. Photons were measured. And where this comes from is there is a field of biology called biophysics, and biophysics measures biophotons within the cells. And what biophysics discovered, I can't remember the name of the biophysicist right now, he's German, but he discovered that these biophotons are actually small light particles within our cells that transfer information to other cells. So the old model that we learned in high school about different charges, right? Like you have the negative and positive charge, and that's how molecules, they interact with each other. It's outdated. No, it's all about light particles. So we are actually beings of light, because our cells have these little light particles. And this is how the brighter and faster, more coherent these light particles are, the healthier the cell is. And then obviously the reverse is true, right? And so with that affects our internal health, that affects the magnetic frequencies that we are giving off. And if we want to be at the energy and frequency of money, we want to be at the highest, fastest frequency, right? If we want to attract abundance into our life, we want to be at the highest, fastest frequency, because abundance is a high and fast frequency. So today I taught about the energy centers, so which equate to the 7 chakras, but there's actually 8 of them versus the 7 chakras, but they align with the 7 chakras, and about how to, and each one of the energy centers is responsible for certain organs in your body and secreting hormones that support different organs in your body. And it's about, so today I taught how to balance each one of these energy centers. And there were actually studies that were done that showed, through the meditation that I taught today, that they did studies, and they measured the light of the energy centers in actual people, before they did the meditation that I taught today, that their energy centers were not balanced and in order. And then after the meditation, everything was in order. And once each energy center is in order, then your light field has increased and your electromagnetic field has increased. And then you can put out into the world. So if you're balanced on the inside, you have this brighter light around you, and then you can put out into the world what you want to bring in, and you will bring it in. And so people in this course are learning some really cool things about science and the science behind the law of attraction and money magnetism. And honestly, there aren't a lot of teachers. Hey, Kat, how are you? There aren't a lot of teachers out there who are teaching this. Joe Dispenza is obviously the leading teacher teaching the science behind this, but this is what I bring into the money mindset courses that I teach, is the science behind it and how we truly understand that we as humans are energetic and magnetic beings, and how do we raise our energetic vibe from the inside out using the physiology and the biology in order to do that, so we can attract what we want into our lives. So that was just a little bit of a summary of what's going down in Money Vibes this week. And you can still get in. Link is in my bio to get it. We have one more day left tomorrow, and then you have lifetime access to all the replays and everything we've been talking about. I've been teaching a different meditation every single day. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach a meditation about how to magnetize money, which is also how to magnetize what you want. Today's meditation was about balancing the energy centers. So each day I've been teaching a meditation at the end. So that's a little bit about Money Vibes. I hope you'll join us. One more day is left. And that's it. And I'll be back on here definitely next week, just filling you in on why I created a new account. And I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for hopping on. All right, bye.